Good morning to you all, my followers. Today, I sincerely want to welcome each and every one of you to our mathematics class for today. As usual, we have three questions for us. So, if you are asked to solve 2 raised to power minus 3, 16 raised to power 1 over 2, then 8 raised to power 4 over 3, what are you expected to do? Okay, so let's do this together. Now, the first question is what we call negative index. When a particular number or figure is having a negative power at the top is called or referred to as negative index. And there's a principle on that. Okay, law of indices. Now, there's a law of indices that deals with negative index. And what does this law state? That if I have a negative index, what am I going to do? Let's say I have a raised to power 1 raised to power minus 3. This will be equals to 1 over a raised to power 3. So this simply means that the negative sign will be removed and we are going to get the inverse of the power, which is 1 over that power remaining at the top or at the power of the base. So now, for 2 raised to power minus 3, what am I expected to do here? This will be 2 raised to power minus 3 will be equals to 1 over 2 raised to power 3, which is equals to 1 over 8. That's my final answer. 1 over 8. Okay, so that is the law on negative index. Now, secondly, you have 16 raised to power 1 over 2. 16 raised to power 1 over 2. Now, this is derived from the principle or the law of indices that deals with root power. So we call this root power law. The first one is negative index, and this one is called what? Root power law. Whenever you have root power law, let's say I have a raised to power 1 over 2. This will be equals to square root of what? A. Meaning that the 1 over 2 here will form a what? A square. Okay, so that's the square root of a. So in the same light, 16 raised to power 1 over 2 will give me square root of 16. And now, what is the square root of 16? The square root of a particular number is when it's a number that will multiply itself, that will give you that number. For example, the square root of 16 will be what? 4. Why? Because 4 will multiply itself to give you 16. That is 4 times 4. So the square root of 16 is what? Is 4. Then the last one, like we have seen, this is what we call root power law. Now, there is a similarity between these two. There is a similarity between these two. And what's the similarity? This is the power here is a fraction and this is a what? Fraction. The only difference is that this is 1 over 2 and this is 4 over 3. So they are the same. So, but there is an extension of the root power law. This is an extension of the root power law. So this law is the fractional index. Fractional index. Now, what does fractional index state? In every fraction, you have your numerator and denominator. Not so. Now, in this law, the denominator will form the roots, and the denominator will form the roots, and the numerator will form the power. Do you understand? So for 8 raised to power 4 over 3, this will be cube root of 8 all raised to power 4. Can you see that? Cube root of 8 all raised to power 4. The square root of this is a number that can multiply itself. Now, that is twice. The cube root of 8 is a number that can multiply itself 3 times. That will give you 8. 3 times, that will give you 8. So, if the cube root of 8 is 2, what am I insinuating? You are going to have 2 times 2 times 2. So the cube root of 8 is equals to what? 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is what? 8. So this will now be equals to 2 raised to power this 4. And 2 raised to power 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is equals to 16. That's my final answer. We've played with 3 laws today: negative index, root power law, and fractional index. For some of you, this might be difficult. No, don't worry. Like I've said, consistency. If you have any question, ask. I had a positive feedback from one of my follower, my long time friend, in fact my secondary school friend.